you may not have your Bible handy, but you may want to read this at some point in the future. It's from Luke chapter 18, verses 1 through, really verses 1 through 8. And you may be familiar with this, the Gospel of Luke, who is a very, shall we say, a very detailed writer. And you can really depend on his writing and his observations. He is quoting Jesus here when Jesus was sharing a parable of the persistent widow, what we might call the persistent widow. And this involves the interchange between a widow and a judge who really did not claim to really love the Lord at all. And so here's what verse 18 says, or chapter 18, verse 1. Then Jesus told his disciples a parable to show them that they should always pray and not give up. I suppose that's a sermon in itself right there. Always pray, to be in the spirit of prayer, to be in an attitude of prayer, and not to give up, to be persistent. So here's the parable. He said, verse 2, in a certain town there was a judge who neither feared God nor cared what people thought. And there was a widow in that town who kept coming to him with the plea, grant me justice against my adversary. This is from the New International Version. Grant me justice against my adversary. And you get the picture, this was time after time after time. Well, for some time, verse 4, he refused. But finally, he said to himself, well, even though I don't fear God or care what people think, yet because this widow keeps bothering me, I will see that she gets justice so that she won't eventually come and attack me. And then the Lord comments on that. He said, well, listen to what the unjust judge says. And will not God bring about justice for his chosen ones who cry out to him day and night? Will he keep putting them off? And of course, the answer is no. I tell you, he will see that they get justice, and quickly. However, when the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on the earth? And that's one of those probing questions. You know, we assume he's talking about will the Lord find people who have been persistent in prayer?